What's going on, everyone? Chris from PickDogs.com here on Friday, May 16th, 2025. I got Brad with me. I got Costi with me today. Got back to a solid baseball card. Full 15 game cards, the start of rivalry weekend, the first rivalry weekend. Some solid matchups on the board. We got game 6 of Leafs Panthers. We've got game six of Knicks Celtics. Yeah. So lots on the board today. But Brad, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Happy Friday, everyone. Favorite day of the week. Coming off a nice winning day yesterday, so in a good mood. And yeah, 2 game 6s, 2 teams with their seasons on the line. So we were in the thick of it. And then, of course, I honestly didn't even realize it was this MLB rivalry week. And now looking at these matchups, it makes sense. So should be a fun weekend of baseball as well.
Yeah, there's a couple to me that don't make sense. I get it. Not everybody's going to have a rivalry, but it's like I didn't think Toronto-Detroit was a rivalry.
Yeah.
Boston-Atlanta. I don't know. Speaking of people who have a rivalry with, Costi, what's going on?
Doing great. It was a winning day for me as well yesterday. I mean, I raved. I came in on here and I said, forget about the points. Take Denver on the money line. This is their spot and situation that they just dominate in. And you saw that last night, the energy, even a Jamal Murray try to pull off a flu game, not going to get resonated as a flu game for him like Jordan did back in the day, but he played phenomenal. Jokic played phenomenal. And then out of nowhere, we have our guy who's a second-year player with Strothers. Am I saying that right? Strothers?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah. Strothers,
I think. Yeah, saying it right. Came off 15 points in the second half. Braun was phenomenal. Again, SGA got into foul trouble, which limited his minutes in the third quarter. And look, Denver did and do what they do in the playoffs at home. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at the crib. It was a phenomenal performance. I was happy about that. And then just to respond to somebody in the comments, I'm not tired. Maybe that's my resting bitch face. I boxed this morning, had a well-balanced breakfast, have had 2 coffees, I'm very energized, but maybe my face just looks sad, but I'm really not sad. Happy that Denver got the job done, and we have another huge game tonight that we're going to talk about.
I will say you're looking very tan, Costi. I don't know if it's your camera settings. You may need to give me your camera settings.
Well, so I'm 75% Ukrainian and 25% Armenian.
Okay.
Which some people could say 25% Kardashian. That's what Chris usually calls me. And so when I'm outside, like instantly I get tan. So playing golf, being outside, I do a lot of things outside. It just, what that means to me is you guys need to get outside more.
I get outside. I have that Irish blood in me, so
right.
Yeah, you look like a Jersey Shore character or something right now, though.
Yeah. Costi fell asleep in the tanning bed.
GTL.
I will say about the MLB rivalry week, I think it should be Boston, New York Yankees. I understand Yankees Mets, but I feel like Yankees Red Sox is the real rivalry.
Yeah,
that kind of makes me a little angry, but I guess Mets Yankees is a good one as well.
Here, this is good. Here, Chris, give him some good advice. For his birthday was yesterday. Give him good life advice as a 24-year-old. I want to hear both of your answers first.
All right.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Yeah, that's good. It's fair. Brad?
24. I would say, I'm 28, so I'm not far from there, but say yes to a lot of things. Say yes to as many things as possible.
You don't think so? Not if it's a Diddy party.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, that was exactly what I was going to say.
Don't say yes.
Yeah, I think you say yes when you're young to a lot of things, and just whatever you're going for, don't give up. Things are going to get rough.
This conversation is not going in the right direction.
You guys need to get your head out of the sand, all right? I'm trying to give my man
Whatever. Whatever. Again, still not going in the right direction if it's your head and saying what else is sticking out.
You guys got some dirty minds, you know.
No, but that's how it came off. But yes,
Yeah.
no Diddy party. But
Instead of Diddy party, a lot of things are coming off.
Yeah. Ooh. For me, I would say if I was talking to my 24-year-old self, I would keep my head down and grind, not trying to be. Oh God, that came off bad too. Everything gets whiz. Just work, stay away from bars, stay away from partying. Let your ego drop and not care as much what other people think of you, and just stay in your own lane. Personally, I've been alcohol and drug free for 9 years. I did that when I was 33, not 23 or 24. I wish I would have learned that at 24, because I feel a lot better, healthier. My brain is awake every day instead of having a hangover. So stay out of the bars. There's no need for all that nonsense. Alcohol is trash. All it does is poison you. So for me, and I'm not saying for people that drink, just when I drink, I eventually end up in handcuffs. I don't know how that happens, but in my past, that's what happened. Chris, stop, Chris.
No. Hey, I wasn't going to say anything. I know.
You had that look, man.
I had a legitimate question.
Keep your head down and keep grinding.
Don't end up in handcuffs.
I am. I have a legitimate question for Costi. With said handcuffs, were they a legitimate cop or someone playing a cop?
I'm not. I don't know. This is out of hand.
Oh boy.
I feel like we could be motivational speakers. Moneybags doesn't think so.
Yeah, Costi. I felt bad. I was like, damn it, I don't want to pull anything out on Costi, because it's like he's actually doing a really good job right now. But then
we are beating the books. But we can't beat the books at 11 a.m. in the morning. What we can do is answer a young man's dream of what he would envision as his birthday yesterday, his life advice. He asked for it. This is not something that we woke up this morning and thought we were going to do on the show. This was a fan question, and it went a little sideways. God, I can't. There's nothing I could say.
I'm just saying, it can always be turned.
Say.
It can be turned.
It can be turned. Well, also, Diddy turned a lot of you. So.
Someone said you can't beat the books on crack. That is true. That is true.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
I could argue that. I feel like you're more aware.
Yeah, actually, crack may not be the worst drug.
As long as you're at home and you don't have to be at the actual book. If you're doing it online, I feel like you're in the zone. You're either going to lose really fast or you're going to win a lot of money real fast that you're going to spend on crack anyway. So you're really in a good spot, I feel like.
No, because then you end up betting on virtual WNBA, and it's like, you end up in a bad position.
Hey, if you're sharp with virtual NBA,
I'd rather bet on real WNBA. I don't have the chance to.
Did you bet on virtual sports during COVID?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same. That shit was fun.
Actually, no, I didn't do virtual. I did e-gaming.
Okay, like the dudes playing the games?
Yeah, the dudes playing the games. And it was very fascinating. I actually talked to an edge better that did that only e-bets. And what he did was there's a pool before they start of, like, it's basically kind of like a horse pool for a horse race where they give odds to each player before the race based on who they're playing in the race. And he was like, it's about a 2-hour process of figuring out the best odds when they're doing the live release. And then it's fascinating. So it was just, if you have the passion for it, I feel like that's where it's beneficial, because you have to put in the work in whatever you do. It could be sports betting. It could be your regular job, your regular career, running a business. You have to have the passion for it, because this isn't work for us. This is what we do 365 days a year. No matter what, we show up, we break down games, we talk about games, we make fun of each other. And in the end, hookers and blow. That's exactly right, Divine. That's exactly right. Now, my wife doesn't watch the show, I hope, but in the past, I have a lot of stories. A lot of them.
People do not understand. People don't understand that making fun of each other is a full-time job.
Yes.
I got a serious question, Kasi.
Yeah.
Your opinion. When it comes to like partying and stuff, you said don't do it when you're young, but would you think it's better to get it out of your system when you're young? Kind of like you did, or just not do it all together, but there's that chance you may explode a little bit later in life?
Look, I have a lot of friends that are not in recovery that still party. If they go to an event, they go to a concert, they go to a sporting event, they feel it the next day. So I guess getting it out of your system early on is better, but it's all about moderation. What does your party entail? Does it entail you going out Saturday night, having a lot of drinks, having a lot of fun, smoking something, having a good time, and then waking up the next day and being normal, and then going to work Monday morning, like not thinking about doing that again? Because my party started on Saturday and it never ended. It just kept going into Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. And by Thursday, I was doing hard drugs. So that's my story. Not saying it's everybody else's story, but yeah, getting it out of your system. It's almost like a culture, right? If you're going to college, that's what you do to have fun. Everybody's, walls get dropped. They're not as like tightened up when you're meeting them on the street or like having a conversation when people are drinking. Everybody's having a good time. So I don't discount it, but for me, nothing that I do is in moderation. So fair. I have a very addictive personality.
Now it's just huff and puff.
I can't stand it either. I need that in moderation. That's why I could never play that online, because once I'm live, Chris did the marathon with me one of the last days in Vegas, and we went from machine to machine to machine, and I showed him what the marathon slot race looks like where I want to get. We're done with
that all aboard slot that you showed me was the worst thing I've ever seen.
That didn't hit. Did it? No. Did we have one bonus on that?
It no. You hit a bonus because you kept trying to get it, and it was just like, I was just like, oh, that's it.
It can be really mean at times. So can Huff and Puff.
Huff and Puff was fine. Huff and Puff was fun.
Well, when you were with me, yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I'm saying for me when I was watching you play, it's like.
But remember, I kept pulling out just a receipt and just parlaying that receipt into the machine, into the next machine. Into the next machine.
Yeah.
And then that crazy Huff and Puff with like too many things going on, that new one, I don't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like the knockoff one. It was like Bacon Bros or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there's certain ones that you just can't recreate. I'm like, that's like the Great Value one. It's like Huff and Puff is the Oreo, and that Bacon Bros is the cream betweens. Like it's like the fake one.
They opened up at my local casino here, Maryland Live in Maryland. They opened up a Huff and Puff section. It's like a whole section of like 40 Huff and Puffs next to the sports book. It's just this whole independent section. I'm actually going there tonight. Taking out my best friend got engaged last Sunday. So we're taking them out to dinner, and then after dinner we go to Huff and Puff and just relieve some stress.
Speaking of relieving stress, and I swear there's a
no. Pause.
You didn't let me finish. That's what she said.
Pause.
I didn't. We always joke about Planet 15 when we're in Vegas. I saw a video of it on TikTok. I did not know that that's what it was. I thought it was just like a really fancy dispensary.
Oh, it's like a whole thing.
But it's apparently like it's like this huge thing. I was like, holy crap.
It's huge.
Wow.
We just know Jay disappears.
Yeah.
Then he comes back, and he came back from.
Is it Planet 13 or Planet 15? I don't know. I see. I don't even know. I don't do it, but no, it's Planet something. I think it's Planet 13, but
Planet 13.
Yeah. Like I said, it just looked interesting. Not that I would go, but I just was like, holy crap.
Mitch had to, when they just posted in the comments, Jay lost his ID 2 trips ago. Lost his wallet.
Oh,
so
gosh. I remember that.
Mitch and Eric had to go in and buy things from Planet 13 for Jay.
Yeah, he had to do like he had to do like a lot. Like he had to get like a lot because it was just like he didn't want to have Mitch keep going back, so he just like had to stock up basically.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time we spend at the viewing party. Viewing party is the best thing ever. Rule of thumb: do not go to the MGM, wherever they sent. Where did they send me?
Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay, the worst viewing party ever. If you ever get tickets at, just cancel. Don't even go. Trash. Now, if you go to Aria viewing party, which is I'm going to demand every year, then we're talking.
Now we're talking.
But you got to get there early. Couches fill up fast.
They do.
Those fuckers hold them. Remember we had to stand for the first day for like.
Oh, that was so dumb.
It's hard when you go with a big group. If you go with like 6 guys, you could manage it. But we were like 12 or 13.
We were rotating.
I remember that day. That was that Colorado State, Memphis sweat, and then that UNC Ole Miss sweat. That was for that day.
We were all just yeah, and then he had that idiot on the shuffleboard table.
Oh yeah, that was during UNC.
Yeah,
I'm from North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina.
That was during the UNC game where it's just like we were trying to play shuffleboard and he started yelling at us because we started to like move everything around. And then we were all huddled around the one TV watching Ole Miss UNC, and he was just getting in the way, and everybody was getting pissed off at him.
It was annoying.
They made that comeback only to let us down.
That hurt.
Yeah, welcome to the life of a Leafs fan.
Don't have that energy today.
No, you'll understand why I say that when we get to that game. But we do have games to get to. And we're going to start with some afternoon baseball. Cubs White Sox got Cade Horton starting for the Cubs. His first career start, second appearance at the major league level, the number 2 prospect in the Cubs organization. Against the White Sox, starting Shane Smith. You got the Reds and the Guardians. Brady Singer for the Reds, Tanner Bybee for the Guardians. And we'll go Phillies and Pirates. Ranger Suarez for the Phillies. Andrew Heaney for the Buccos. Brad, what do you like here?
I'll take give me the Guards in this spot. It's probably my favorite game out of these 3. Brady Singer, I actually thought Brady Singer was going to be a nice addition for the rest of the season, but as of late, it's been pretty damn ugly. I mean, in his last start, he gave up 7 against Houston. His start before that, he gave up 4 against Atlanta. Even though the Reds' bats did come alive in that last game against the White Sox, I can't disregard game 1 only dropping 1 run and game 2 only dropping 2 runs. I need to see a little bit more from Cincinnati before I jump back on them, whereas the Guards are more of a consistent team. So I'll take a shot with them on the road there. Give me the Cubs on the run line. No need to overthink it. It's the White Sox we're talking about here. This will be their second or third road series in a row. Let's see. I believe it's their second. It's their second road series in a row. I think this one's going to be tough for them. Should be interested to see what Horton has, but he's a highly talented prospect. I think he'll be able to have a good outing, and the Cubs bats should be able to come alive here. And then Pirates, Phillies. Man, I don't know. This is a tough one. Ranger Suarez really hasn't looked good. If you bet this game, maybe just a little sprinkle on the Pirates, little lottery ticket type play, but don't love that game because I definitely don't want to lay minus 230 with the Phillies with Suarez on the mound.
What do you like here?
Yeah, the wind's blowing out in Chicago today, and what do the Cubs love to do? They love to hit lefties. They're gonna smack Shane Smith around, even though he has been indecent. He's actually been pretty decent in his 3 starts. We had 8 starts, but he's 1-2 with a 2 ERA. They've been against subpar competition in those actual decisions. He really hasn't faced a lineup like the Cubs on the road. They've only won 5 road games all year. I'll take the Cubs on the run line here. You can actually get them at almost even money, minus 110. And then
I will just say though, if you're looking at the same site that I'm looking at, they have the wrong hand for Shane Smith. He's a right-handed pitcher, for what it's worth.
That website's always
they're hitting almost 6 runs a game against both hands.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I just didn't want you to think that it was just based on. I just didn't want you to think it was on lefties. That's all.
No, yeah, I mean overall, yeah, they have them listed wrong. Piece of shit. God damn it, Chris! I gotta go through my analytics. I don't know much about him, and I just ran my data, and it's all my same exact data board. I had him as a lefty.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull this one off, but still, I'm still in Chicago.
fine.
Playing the run line here. That's the only one I like out of these 3.
Taking Chicago on the run line. Which one? Is that your
Cubs.
way of
Cubs?
That's your way of copping out and taking
Cubs. Some guy said he's a switch pitcher.
Could be.
Not today.
I'm going to take a shot on the White Sox. They haven't had a whole lot of success with Shane Smith in terms of team record. They're 1-7 in his 8 starts as a team. But I still think that this is going to be the guy that if I'm going to back the White Sox, this is the Eric Crochet from last year, where I keep saying that, where the White Sox won 40-something games, and Crochet was the starting pitcher for like a quarter of them. I think Smith has the best stuff in this rotation. I didn't like what I saw from Horton in his debut. It was against the Mets, so that something to keep in mind. But I don't know, the White Sox didn't look all that bad in that series against the Reds. So I'll take a shot here on the White Sox, and I'm also going to take the Guardians as well. The other thing to remember: Brady Singer, longtime Royals pitcher, very familiar with the Royals and with the Guardians. The Guardians are familiar with Singer's game as well. And like Brad said, Singer's game has not been anything special over the last few starts. So I'll roll with the Guardians in that one. I just think they have the better starting pitcher here, and I think they can break through. So Cincinnati's offense is way too inconsistent. But all right, we'll move on to the next 3. We got the Subway Series, the Yankees and the Mets. Carlos Rodon for the Yankees, Tyler McGill, Meatball McGill for for the Mets. We got the Orioles, Cade Povich, starting here, and for the Nationals, Mackenzie Gore. And the real rivalry that everybody loves talking about, the Blue Jays. Brad taking the mound today.
Let's get it.
I feel so bad that you got saddled with that bit, but it's like,
I wish it was just a better pitcher. Like
instead of the dude that gets lit up and leads the league in home runs a lot.
Yeah.
Against Detroit, sending Jack Flaherty out. Costi, what do you like out of these three?
I'm going to go with the Mets here, grabbing the plus money. Both of these teams have been playing exceptionally well of late. Overall, 6-4. Both of them have good starting pitching in this one. I think McGill has favored a little bit toward him versus Rodon. Rodon has been pitching well of late. The Yankees have been a solid home team, but the fact that I can get plus money in an opening game series, the Yankees have struggled. They have made it now 500 in game one of these series with the new series, but the Mets are 12-2 with series openers, and their relief staff is coming on. I think they're better than the Yankees at this current time. And then in the last 10 games, the relievers are only giving up 3 runs a game while the Yankees are giving up close to 6 runs a game. I think that's going to be the deciding factor here because both of these pitchers are really solid. So I'm going to go with the Mets plus money, not touching the Orioles. It's just one of those things. And I was in this series before when they faced off in the Beltway series versus the Nationals. I actually had the Nationals. But something tells me here that the Orioles could sneak one out. I'm definitely not laying money with them. I'm going to wait for them in certain spots. It's just a dumpster of a franchise right now. I say this every time, and I get to say it every time I'm on the show because they're playing every time I'm on the show. That's how baseball is, and I have to relive this crap. Thank God Jay's not here to post that picture. So passing on that one. And I'm going to take Detroit here. Detroit, another team that is really solid in game one of the opening series. Flaherty has been getting banged up of late, but then on the other hand, you have Bowden Francis, who's playing like ass. I love fading him. And then, Detroit averaging 6 runs a game against righties while Toronto's only averaging 4 runs a game. And then it's even home and away. Detroit on the road is hitting 5.6 runs a game, batting .250 against righties. Their relief staff has been decent of late, and they're decent on the road. So I trust Detroit here as to get that first win in that series, laying a short price of 115. Take that shit off the screen. Fucking losers.
Give you the Nationals. Simply just as simple as taking a Nationals team starting a lefty against the Orioles. The Orioles can't hit lefties this year for whatever reason. Mackenzie Gore is still one of the best of the bunch. I think he has a solid start here. So I'll take the Nationals in that one. And give me the over in Jays, Blue Jays. Jays Tigers. Sorry. I think that Bowden Francis gets hit hard once again. This Tigers lineup is getting hot at the plate. Francis leads the majors of all pitchers, starting pitchers with at least 20 innings pitched in home runs per 9 innings, 2.6, 12 home runs allowed this season. But on the other side, the Tigers have 15 losses this season. How many do you think Jack Flaherty has been the starting pitcher for of his 8 starts?
5.
6.
7.
Oh.
He's the starting pitcher for almost half of the Tigers' losses, especially on the road. He's not been good. So
there's going to be a correction there. He's not going to be the only guy.
He's not going to be that way for the entire season. I'm just saying right now he's struggling. He just can't get it together on the road. So I think there's going to be some runs in this one. Over 8.5 for me in that one. What do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Tigers. Yeah, Flaherty has been struggling a little bit, but I still think Flaherty's a good pitcher. I think as we get closer to the midseason, he'll get in midseason form and look like the guy he did last season. So I like the start for Flaherty. And yeah, Bowden Francis, it just hasn't been a great season for him so far. He's just not proven yet. Whereas Flaherty, yes, he has struggled, but we know what Flaherty has in his bag and what he could pull out. So I'll take a shot with the Tigers there. And let's be real, man. The Tigers have the better starter in this one, better bullpen. Their batting numbers are better. They're just all around the better team. The only edge that Toronto has is that they're at home. So it's just not enough for me. Give me the Tigers. Washington, Baltimore. I do like Washington, but if you're going to do it, just do the first 5. You don't want to be back in that Washington bullpen late in this game. I think that'll give you a heart attack. Also, like the over in this one. Both these teams have bottom 5 bullpens in the league. Cade Povich hasn't looked great either. So I think we see a ton of runs in that game, and I think we see a ton of runs in the series. So this is going to be an over series for sure. And then Mets, Yankees. I'm with Cossey. Give me the Mets on the money line. I think this is a game where either team could win. So I'd rather have plus money in my just have plus money. McGill hasn't looked bad. Rodon hasn't looked bad. And then the Mets have the 4th best bullpen in the league, better than the Yankees. So I think that could push them over the edge. And like I said, you're getting some good value with that plus money as well.
Okay. Move on to the other rivalry that everybody talks about. We got the Red Sox and the Braves. Garrett Crochet for the Red Sox and Chris Sale for the Braves. Solid lefty-lefty matchup. For the move to the Marlins and the Rays. The Marlins originally was sending out Max Meyer. I don't know if they've renamed him the starter.
I'm still seeing Meyer.
Oh yeah, he's back. He's back as the starter. So Max Meyer for the Marlins and Taj Bradley for the Rays. And the Royals and the Cardinals, Cole Ragans for the Royals and Andre Palante for the Cardinals. I'm going to roll with the Rays here. They looked really good in that series against Toronto. I just can't get on the Mets. On the Marlins right now. Max Meyer, the strikeouts have been there, but he's been getting hit. Bradley, I think, is the better starter. I think the Rays have the better bullpen. I think that the luster on the Marlins is starting to wear off after that hot start to the year. So give me the Rays in that one. And I'm going to take the Royals Cardinals. Let's see here. I take the under in Royals Cardinals. I think the Cardinals going to struggle against the lefty and Ragans, who's still, I think, probably the ace of this Royals rotation. Well, let's face it, the Royals, even when they were having solid, percentages, batting averages against right-handed pitching, they were struggling to put up 3-4 runs in a game. So I think Palante could have a good start here. Cardinals have been hot. I think it's going to be just against, I'm going to project like 4-3, whichever way it goes. So I'm going to go with the under 8.5 in that one. Brad.
Yep, with you on the under there. We've been seeing some great production from the Royals pitching staff, and like you said, they've struggled to hit. That line kind of tells you that there's a good chance for Royals win this game, and if they do win this game, it's probably going to be low scoring. So, like that under there as well. Tampa Bay too. You're going to give me these close to even odds with the Rays, who I think are significantly better than the Marlins. I can't pass up on it. And the Rays have been a good road team this season. They've actually been better on the road than at home this season. Taj Bradley does worry me a little bit, don't get me wrong, but Max Meyer has struggled over his last few starts. So give me Tampa Bay laying the short number there. Or I guess it wouldn't be laying the short number, but you guys know what I'm saying. Atlanta, Boston. Give me Boston. Still can't trust Atlanta on the road. Garrett Crochet, in my opinion, is one of the best pitchers on this planet. Chris Sale's great as well, but we have seen some progression from him. Boston coming off a tough series. I think they bounce back at home in this one.
Costa, what do you like here?
Yeah, I'm on Boston as well. Out of the 22 wins Atlanta's had, only 7 have come on the road. I trust Boston here. Boston against lefties it's a lefty-lefty game. Crochet has been phenomenal. He was good on the White Sox last year, and he's basically translated that to the Boston rotation this year. Boston hits lefties much better than Atlanta, and especially Atlanta on the road. Atlanta's just not a good road team right now, and I know there's been a correction. I mean, look, they're back to 500, but most of the damage has been at home. So I'm to the fact that I think this game is going to be quite low scoring, and I'd rather have the home team in like a 4-3, maybe even a 3-2 win here, because Atlanta's just not putting up a lot of runs. They're not going over the total. So Boston for me with the short price at home. I don't really have an opinion on Tampa Bay, Miami, or KC, St. Louis. So passing on both of those.
All right, we'll go to the Lone Star Showdown. The Texas Rangers sending Nathan Eovaldi to the mound. Lance McCullers Jr. on the other side for the Houston Astros. We got the Brewers and the Twins. Chad Patrick starting for the Brewers, and Joe Ryan listed as a starter for the Twins. And one of the ugliest lines I think that we've seen all season. The Arizona Diamondbacks minus 397 with Corbin Burns starting against the Colorado Rockies plus 343 with Carson Palmquist going here. Brad, what do you like in this one?
Yeah, man, D-backs Rockies. It's either take the D-backs team total over. And if you want to get crazy, I mean, a Rocky sprinkle, it's still professional sports. Upsets happen, and you're not going to get plus 300 as much this MLB season. So that's the way I would attack it. I know I just gave you both sides. The more safer side's definitely D-backs team total over. I will say that. Give me Twins money line. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm on the train, and I'm going to stay on the train until the train stops. They're on an 11-game winning streak. Just keep riding. Keep riding. When a team gets hot like this, it's hard to cool them down. They will cool down at some point, but why not hop on the train? Give me the Twins there. Houston, Texas, interesting one. You know, McCullers Jr. is coming off one of the worst outings of the season. He pitched 1 out, allowed 7 earned runs in his last start against the Reds. Brutal. And then Nathan Eovaldi has just been hot as hell, really good. So it's a lean towards the Rangers run line. Not a game I'm going to bet because I still have troubles laying these type of odds with the Rangers who have been so inconsistent at the plate. But if I were to play it, fade McCullers again. Take the Rangers on the run line. The Rangers have also dominated the Astros. They play them well.
Ozzy?
I'm on the Brewers here. If you listen to Eric Pathy in any one of his videos, when the team has a streak of 10, it doesn't stay long. And fading them, you're always going to get plus money because that team is exceptionally good in that run. New series, out of those 11 wins, 6 get contributed to my favorite team that sucks ass, which is the O's. A lot of them were at home. Now they're on the road. I'm not saying this is a team you run to the book and bet right now with the Brewers, but at some point there's going to be a correction here. Teams don't win forever, and fading the streak at this point, you're going to get plus money every game along the way. So even if you don't hit this one and you do them again tomorrow, you're still on a 1-on-1 split making money. So, I mean, the Twins bullpen has been sub-1 ERA through the last 10 games, which is incredible. But again, I'm going to say this again, 6 of those games were against the hopeless Orioles. So different animal here. Milwaukee could score runs. They're still solid at home, 12-7. The Twins still have a losing road record. So I'll take the Brewers at home plus money. And the best bet in sports, if you're going to take a bet in that Colorado-Arizona game, you take the plus money. You get plus 1.5 plus money. You're getting plus 158 on plus 1.5 runs. That is one of the best bets in baseball. If you just did it blindly throughout the entire year, you would be positive. Not saying you would win a lot of money, but if you didn't have any strategy and you just went into every season going, I'm going to bet every team plus 1.5 plus money, you're going to make money throughout the year because you're not paying the VIG and you're getting that extra 1.5 run. So Colorado's done it before. They've pulled out games and they've lost games by 1. So plus 1.5, plus 158. I like it there. Corbin Burns ain't all that. I mean, he has pitched well of late, but they're not going to be up for this game. It's not like they're getting super fired up facing the Rockies, who have won 2 games on the road. So I'll take the plus 1.5 plus money there.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that Diamondbacks game. I just don't trust the Rockies. I get what Costy's saying about value, and I completely agree. If you're going to do something like that, that's not a bad place to be. I just can't get there with the Rockies as the team that I have to use to get there. So I'll leave that one alone. But the one I do like, almost made the premium list, is the Rangers on the run line. Until Lance McCullers Jr. shows me that he's back, I'm going to have a hard time backing him. Evaldi's pitching well. I do have my concerns about this Rangers offense, but I think that the 1-0 game last night was just more about the pitching matchup than it was about the Rangers offense continuing to struggle. They have won 6 in a row. I think that just carries over here. I think they do enough here against McCullers Jr. to get the win on the run line. So I'll take the Texas Rangers in that one. We'll move on to the Brad, you went first there, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Alex Costi. We'll go with the final time slot. Padres, Mariners. Stephen Kolek. This is the starter for the Padres. Logan Evans, captain start for Seattle. We got the Dodgers and the Angels. Dustin May starting for the Dodgers, and Jack Kahanowitz listed as the starter for the Halos. And the San Francisco Giants sending out Logan Webb against the Athletics starting. Is it open today? It's open today. Sears.
It's open. It's open.
What do you like in these 3, Costi?
I'm going to take the Padres run line here. I get it. Seattle's been playing really good ball overall. Oh, sorry. Completely flaked on that one. San Diego's been playing really good ball. Seattle's been struggling of late. The fact is, Logan Gilbert has been ass. Stephen Kolek, he was the one that got into that crazy 21-0 blowout win of that Colorado Rockies. Seems like he could get him some good innings here. I do worry a little bit about the San Diego bullpen. They have been letting up a lot of runs of late, but at home, they're really solid. I trust them at home versus on the road. They pitch much better in that ballpark. And hitting-wise, in the last 10 games against righties, San Diego's averaging over 8 runs a game. And I think they're going to definitely be able to get to Logan Gilbert early. I wouldn't play the money line on this game. I'd rather get plus money here with plus 146 laying a run and a half. So give me the Padres in this matchup laying the run and a half, and then nothing else in those other 2.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have anything in that Giants game just because I do like Logan Webb at home, and that's where he's been strong, but JP Sears is the best of the bunch for the A's, so I'm probably just going to lean off of that one. I'm probably going to go over Dodgers Angels. Kahanowitz has been batting practice for a lot of teams this season, and Dustin May, he was supposed to be the next coming for this Dodgers lineup, this Dodgers rotation, one of the next ace pitchers, and he just hasn't had it. I get it; it's come back from injury as well, but I think there's going to be some runs scored in that game. It's going to be the over. And I'm going to take the Padres. I think the Mariners are starting to cool off after that hot start. So give me the Padres in that one. All right. And for anyone asking, we are recording the layup session after the show, Jay and I. So that will be up
I didn't get my last 3, Chris.
I know. No, I forgot to mention that. That's all I was. But you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, gotcha. Ooh, layup session. Okay, I'm gonna have to tune in that
layup session, dude. We care about dunks. We don't care about layups.
Hey, WNBA, there's money to be made there. I'm actually very excited for this season. I will say, not when it comes to a watching perspective, but betting perspective, it's cash.
If you had the choice,
mm-hmm.
would you rather bet on hockey or WNBA?
Hockey.
I'm WNBA guy. I was the number 1 WNBA handicapper.
Okay, hold on.
I was.
No. I know.
My resume.
I know. What are you going to be like, Jovan, and put in like 3 WNBA plays and sit at the top of the leaderboard at the season's end?
Yeah. No. I got volume.
Okay. All right. I don't mind betting on WNBA because there are angles that you can exploit, but I'm a hockey guy. What can I say?
Yeah. You're Canadian.
Okay. This is
what?
That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like it does.
It's just like a box here.
I mean, no. I mean, let's say like if you talk to a Brazilian dude, he's probably gonna be like, "Yeah, I like to bet on soccer."
Well, of course, but I'm just saying, like,
or MMA.
Yeah, or MMA.
Yeah, true. I'm just saying, don't put me in a box.
Kind of in a box, Chris.
What kind of box are you talking about?
I mean, someone just hit the nail on the head.
The thing about the WNBA, there's so little teams, so you could really just pick up on each team very quickly. And
yeah,
that's what I like about it. Like
I'll probably start having bets, like serious bets on it in like 3 or 4 games in. I just want to see what the new teams look like.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll rapid fire these real quick. Give me Dodgers team total over. I mean, Kohanowicz's, like Chris said, dog water. Dodgers team total over. That's how I've been playing the Dodgers this season. I don't lay those big numbers. I don't lay their run lines. If they're going against a shitty pitcher, take the team total over. That's been cash. Athletics, Giants under. Love both guys on the mound. Playing at Oracle Park, one of the more pitcher-friendly ballparks in the league. Seems like a no-brainer under there. And then Seattle, San Diego, I'll stay away.
For the record, this is one of the few things I agree with Justin on.
That man loves Kelsey Plum.
Yeah, y'all keep your hands off. And I don't have to worry about no temptation in Las Vegas anymore. I can go to LA and just soak up the sun. Yep. Kelsey Plum's my girl. Anyways.
Costy's an Angel Reese guy.
Yeah, she's local.
Costy is? Who's an Angel Reese guy?
Costy.
Yeah.
She looks like Donald Duck. Anyways.
Hey.
Don't talk about Costy's girl like that. Come on.
Yeah, dude. What's wrong with you?
I won't lie, though. I will say I finally understand with Cameron Brink. I get it.
She's a little too lengthy for me.
She can hoop. I felt bad when she tore her ACL last year. That was bad. She was having a good year too. So, but this year's going to be good. Yeah, I can't wait. I wonder what the ticket prices are going to be like for that Dallas Wings and Indiana Fever game when you have Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark.
$25.
Jesus Christ.
Courtside.
No, courtside you probably get for $250, $300. I'm serious. I mean, I'm not. Am I wrong?
Probably. It's probably at least a couple thousand.
No.
Yeah.
In what world do the WNBA have a couple $1,000 seats?
In this one, apparently.
Indiana Fever.
Dallas Wings. Oh, I can go for some wings right now. Speaking of wings, that's probably what I'll have in front of me for this game tonight between.
You better switch up the flavor, Chris.
The Maple Leafs and the Panthers.
You need to switch something up because whatever you did last game.
You know what happened? I know exactly what happened last time. I went to the sports bar. They put me at a different table. Not tonight. I'm going to go at a certain time. Table's going to be open. I will be there. We'll be fine. I'll be exactly at the same table when I sent you guys the Leafs going to leave thing after the Ottawa series.
I was going to say, you got to sit at that one. You got to sit at that one.
I will. All right. Brad, do you want to go first here? Or
yeah, sure. You can finish this off here, Pause. Give me the Leafs, man. I'm riding with you, Chris. I'm gonna ride with you here. I think it's a good value play. I don't want to see the era end with us going through this drama with you on this show. It's been fun, and it just doesn't. It can't end tonight. So that's my handicap on the game. If you guys want something better, I don't know what to tell you, but give me the Leafs plus the money. I'm riding with Ruffalo.
Costa, you got anything?
Give me the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Give them some catnip. Let them walk and run in circles. Come on, Toronto.
Leafs up.
Leafs up. Hose down.
All right, now we need a true handicap, Chris. We need a real handicap on this game.
One of the true handicaps I'll give you is that I've had this series going 7. And in this Leafs fan base, the fans panic. The fans panicked when they were up 3-0 and lost game 4. And they had a 3-1 series lead. No shit, they're going to panic and just boo the team. Granted, they deservedly should have got booed with how they performed in game 5. But I will tell you right now, as a Leafs fan, this is the shit that the Leafs do. Remember how I said earlier that they would, give the or that there'd be a team that would give their fans some hope only to let them down again? That's what the Leafs do. They're going to win tonight. Give the fans some hope. Oh my God! We got Game 7 back at home. We stole back home ice. Then all bets are off for Game 7 because they could win that game, and then they could also get shellacked like they did, or they could also be up like 4-1 and then completely throw up all over themselves and shit the bed like they did against Boston in 2013. But they're winning tonight. Plain and simple. I think this is the kind of spot where the Panthers their ego is massive after that big win. As my friend Brian Bittler would say, they're fat and happy. They are reading into their own shit. And I think Toronto finally gets back to playing their own game. Has Austin Matthews been terrible in this series? Abso-fucking-lutely. Mitch Marner has 2 goals since 2018 in games 5 through 7 of a series of over 21 games. He's on his way out. I don't give a shit about Mitch Marner. He's on his way out. He's going to Carolina. He's going somewhere else. He's probably already checked out mentally of being a Leaf. But they're going to find a way tonight. I just call it fandom, call it whatever it is. I genuinely think that the series is going 7. And I keep saying it. If the series was going to go 6, one of these teams would have had to lose twice. If this series was going to go 7, they both would have to lose 3 times. So take the plus 1.5 if you want. If you, because I do think it'll be a much tighter game than what we saw. Got to remember, Game 4, the Leafs got dominated, and we're only down 1-0 for the majority of that game. So I'm with you guys, picking the Leafs.
We're with you too, Chris. I have to ask though, did you spill some blue cheese on that jersey? Why aren't you wearing it today?
Oh no, I just decided that today was just going to be just a normal day of just repenting of all my sins.
Okay.
Just washing myself off of the bad juju. Now here's the thing: someone just asked if Stolarz was playing. Craig Berube yesterday said in his media availability that he's doubtful that Stolarz is going to make the trip with the team to Florida. I don't know if that was gamesmanship and he just doesn't want to give anything away to the Panthers, or if he's actually not going. I'll look, but yeah, it still says doubtful to travel. So that was like 23 hours ago. So again, that could very well change. He's been skating for the last couple days, but I don't know if he's going to make it. So I think Joseph Wall's bounce back game tonight. I think it's just how storybook that would be. Joseph Wall forces game 6, and then it's game 7. He's going out, and then in the first period, he gets hurt or something. Stolarz comes in, saves the day. Storybook.
Here you go, Chris.
Ah, that's awesome.
Oh, cute kitty.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite cat on Instagram.
You cute kitty. Very cute.
Yeah.
Very cute.
I honestly don't think that the I think that the Leafs are they have to stop taking stupid penalties. And I'm looking at you, Max Domi. Don't be an idiot. Like that was the problem in game 5. It was just stupid penalties and just kind of all unraveled after that. But all right.
Hope it's at least.
I want to answer this one for this. Carrie actually posted this. Journalism. That's who I like. I know it's the favorite. Like journalism to win the Preakness. That's race 13. And 90% chance I'm going. Yes. Today's actually my favorite day to go. I'm possibly going to go up there later today for the Black Eyed Susan race. So that's where all the locals, we usually go on Friday versus Saturday when it's a madhouse here. That is also my favorite pre-sober days. Preakness was my favorite thing to go to because what it was BYOB. So it's an infield. You get there at 8 in the morning. You leave at 6 at night. And our parents would drop us off when we were still like 15 or 16. Drop us off. We'd have 30 packs that we're bringing in. We'd bring a baby pool and put a bunch of ice in the baby pool and just have, and like everybody's just partying there from when the gates open. And I could honestly tell you, I went for 7 straight years. I never saw a horse once. Never saw a horse once.
You want to know what horse just spoke to me?
What's that?
Goal oriented.
Goal oriented?
That might be sharp.
In the one spot.
There it is. Carrie, lock it up. Carrie's picks. 128 try box. Lock it up. She's into it too. Yeah. Goal oriented journalism and clever again. Okay.
Not mad at that. I may have to throw a little something on this.
Yep. No video. Totally free. From Carrie.
Carrie needs a horse picking show.
Oh, yeah.
Carrie's the guru.
She knows her horses.
It's 8-5. So it's terrible odds. It's a heads-on favorite out of the race. But if you do the Carrie bet, which is this, goal-oriented journalism and clever again, but for people that don't, all they need to know is numbers. So if you just go and you bet the 1, 2, 8 horse, and you box it, meaning 1, 2, and 8 can come in any order, as long as they finish 1, 2, and 3, that will pay pretty good. We won't know what it pays until after the race. But 1, 2, 8, trifecta box.
Alrighty. Yeah, she couldn't talk me out of taking Grandma Ding Dong when we were there in Vegas, but
what? A what?
That was the horse I bet on.
Yeah.
Grandma Ding Dong.
Grandma Llama Ding Dong.
That pink horse, I remember that.
And poor Brad is watching a different screen thinking that our horse is winning.
No, Brad's horse won, but it was the wrong race.
Yes, that happened multiple times.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that happened with you around him, and then we were watching it, and he's like, look, they're winning, and I'm like, Brad, that's the wrong track.
I'm a horse racing rookie, to say the least. More tapped into the WNBA, you know.
There you go. You might have to make a guest appearance on the layup session.
Hey,
should be nice weather here tomorrow too, so it's not going to be a muddy race.
You get swagged out, Kasi, or is that just the Kentucky Derby that they get on?
No, so they don't wear here. They don't do as big of a hats.
Okay.
Still do big hats, but it's like the Kentucky Derby has that Southern style to it.
Yeah.
Here it's still swagged out. I've never really been into that. I've more been the infield type of guy. My favorite event at the Preakness was called the Porta Potty Races. So the Porta Potty Races, they got exiled. You're not allowed to do them anymore. But what these individuals would do, they thought this was a great idea because there was 100 porta potties in a row, multiple rows. They would jump on top and they would run across them while people were just throwing beers at them uncontrollably. And they would see if they could make it to the end. I've never seen anybody make it to the end. Usually they get clocked in the head and they roll off. But
say at the roof,
you got to look it up on YouTube. I'm telling you, it's on YouTube. It's phenomenal.
That sounds insane.
I really thought you were going to say
like just people throwing and they're trying to run across and they keep like stepping into the plastic, so it's not like they can't like run really fast and they're already drunk to begin with, and it never works well. But that's my favorite race at the Preakness every year.
I really thought you were going to say like the roof cave, like the roof of the porta potty just caved in and they fell in.
No, they don't cave in. They bend. They don't cave in. But you can't get a clear like run.
Well, there's a lot of runs that happen.
Porta potty races, hell yeah. I'm telling you, man, I was there for them. They were phenomenal. And we take bets on it. Like this, there's no way this guy makes it to halfway. I never raced, though. I never did it. Never did.
All right. Last but not least, we've got the Celtics and the Knicks, Game 6. Who's in the mix?
I think it's me. Is it me?
Yeah, Kasi.
I'm taking the Knicks here. This is the breakdown that I did in the video. If you've been following my video series that I put out a game every day and I give you a breakdown, about 80% in the NBA playoffs. And I've been playing the chess match really well. I don't say that to brag. It's just been the reality. It's all on this channel if you go back. The Knicks in this spot, I get it. The Celtics had their chance of not losing to their fans at home. Jaylen Brown had a phenomenal game. Derek White was extremely hot from three. Luke Kornet played like a superstar in the second half. I just don't see it being a repeatable game for them. Celtics off a loss, phenomenal. Now you have to go to Madison Square Garden Friday night. You're not going to get the same performance out of Brunson where he fouled out of the game. I think they're going to elevate their game. Their fans are going to elevate their game. The fact that it's only 2.5, basically the books made this line on last game's performance because they're basically saying on a neutral court, these teams they're even, right? So, because Knicks are getting 3 points for home field advantage. I don't know, man. I think Knicks win this game. I think they show up for their fans. They do not want to go back to Boston for Game 7. The Knicks usually do Knick things. They win in this type of performance. They just usually never get to this type of performance where they get a closeout game. They don't get here. But now that they have the wounded Celtics, I think the game plan is going to be much different on Jaylen Brown. He was able to facilitate and do anything at will last game. I think they're going to take him completely out of the game, and I don't think there's enough firepower for the role players to win the game. I think the Knicks win this game, and they advance to face the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, screw both these teams. Give me the
Why?
under. Because
Life's too short to bet the under.
Because fuck the Celtics, that's why. And fuck the Knicks for what they pulled last game.
I mean, they pulled last game. They weren't supposed to win that last game.
Did you take the Knicks last game?
I did.
What's shame on you? Don't blame the Knicks.
That's not
No,
their
I'm
fault.
blaming the Knicks.
That's all.
I'm blaming the Knicks. Of course I'm blaming the Knicks. I'm sorry. You might want to get out of bed with a chance to close out the series.
No, they closed out at home.
Oh, yeah, maybe, don't be lazy slobs of shit.
That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got. Fuck them
under.
both.
Okay, fair. I like the Knicks as well. I think they get the job done. It all comes down to this. Like Kossi said, if this thing goes back to Boston, it's going to be a sad day in Knicks town. So I think they know they need to win this game. I think they come out and show out. They played really good in their last game at home. This is probably going to be one of those games where, the Celtics come out hot. They're up at half, but the Knicks do what they do best, and they stay in the game. They grind it out. It's probably going to be one of those good finishes where the Knicks come on hot late. So the Knicks have proven they can beat the Celtics with or without Tatum, home and away. In my opinion, they have been the better team in the series. If you look at the sample size of all 5 games, I think they get the job done. And the fact, if I would have made this line without Tatum, and I said last show, the Boston Celtics may be better without Tatum. I did say that. I think the Boston Celtics are competent without Tatum. But if I were to make this line with the Celtics without Tatum in MSG, I would have probably set this line at 4.5. So the fact that we could get it at -2.5, I think it's good value there. And with the spread this low, typically a Knicks win will get the job done, and I think the Knicks do finish it out in this spot. So give me the Knicks. And then it just shows you how hard it is to repeat and win 2 finals in a row. It is really hard. So I think that comes to fruition here, and the Knicks pull it off.
Yeah, especially if you have Kristaps Porzingis getting you 1 point, 1 rebound.
I feel like
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Shut up. Get paid millions. Figure it out.
What does that even mean? I can't breathe. Like,
I don't know.
How can't you breathe? We're humans.
I don't. You couldn't breathe. I don't know. Guy's ass. Trash.
It takes a lot of oxygen to fill up that beanpole frame. Couldn't get it in through his lungs and up the 4 feet to his nose fast enough.
Get paid millions. Figure it out. There's people out there that could fix whatever you're dealing with, especially on that one. On that level. What the fuck? Your ass.
1 point.
1 point, 1 rebound. Luke Cornett comes in. What does he make a year? No. What does Luke Cornett make a year?
I think we make more than Luke Cornett makes in a year.
I'm guessing Luke Cornett makes 7.
2.8 million.
Damn.
1 year. The NBA just pays people. Doesn't matter. 1 year. He signed a 1-year contract, 2.8 million. Yeah, Roof. You make more than him. I like that. Not picking the Knicks you won't last game. Pick them this game.
No, fuck him.
Make more.
Fuck him. It's all right. It's just delaying the inevitable. Whoever's playing this. Congratulations to the Indiana Pacers for making the NBA Finals.
I don't know about that, man.
I don't know about that either.
I don't know about that.
I do.
They're both chokers. Who's going to choke more?
Whoever's going to win the NBA Finals.
Honestly, don't be asking that question.
It's either going to be the Timberwolves
or the Thunder. Party. Chris, I know where Chris was going with that. It ain't a party unless it's a Diddy party. I get it. Get it.
Baby oil.
Baby oil. He had like tons of baby oil stocked away in his mansion.
Yeah. Tons. Yeah, it was like he kept Costco in business.
Yeah.
Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson. A lot of baby.
Whoa.
What?
Do you really want me to go there?
Yeah, we're there. We're already there.
We've been here since the start of the show.
That ain't the only Johnson that baby oil had seen.
Oh, whoa.
Told you. I asked you. You told me to go there. All right.
That Fromber Valdez oil.
For anyone who's going to say, "Whoa, pause," he told me to do it. He told me to do it.
Stuff your eyes have ever seen.
Oh my God! Ronel Blanco was there too.
Yeah,
and Fromber.
Fromber, Ronel Blanco, the whole Astros organization.
I'm telling you, there might have been newer, stickier stuff than that those eyes.
And a couple of those bedrooms, there was definitely a lot of sign stealing.
That's why Kyle Tucker.
The Astros organization was there.
I don't even want to hear about the banging on the trash cans. Anyways,
banging. The stickiest stuff that your eyes have ever seen.
That's why I said to stay away. That's why I said to stay away from the eyes.
Motto for Diddy oil: the stickiest stuff your eyes have ever seen.
That's why he said to stay away from the eyes. Brad, what do you got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
It's hard to follow up a sales pitch after that. Let me tell you what. But coming off a nice day yesterday, just had one play. It was the under in that Rangers Astros game. Sweat free. I'm ready to carry that momentum into today. I got my pick of the day in the MLB, $19 at the side. If you want all my plays, I got 2 MLB and then my best pick in the NBA, so you could get that in that 3-pack. But honestly, 3-day pass is the way to go. You get my plays today, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday's big. I'm already checking out the slate. Going to have UFC, WNBA, MLB. Unfortunately, no NBA, but great time to hop on a 3-day. Also, teaming up with Chris Ruffalo. Chris Ruffalo, he's going to get his win with the Maple Leafs tonight. He's going to be feeling good into the weekend. So team us both up, and we'll cash in together.
See, that's an endorsement I can get behind. Brad knows what he's talking about.
I got you, Chris.
Brad wins bets. See, and pussycats.
That's the endorsement I can get behind.
Yeah.
Cute little kitty. Cute little kitty.
That cat makes me laugh when I see it on Instagram. The cat reaction videos for all the fails is hilarious. Costy, tell us what's going on over at Safer Syndicate Group.
Well, nothing different than yesterday. Still opportunities for everybody to be a personal client of mine. I don't take on a lot of clients. I'm here for the free education on all my shows, but people that I take under my wing have to be the bigger players that can handle volatility and volume. If you bet 500 or more a game, you can reach me directly by cell phone. The number's right on Pick Dogs under Premium Picks Safer Syndicate Group. Call me. Let's talk about your options, see what fits. And if it doesn't, I always refer you back to the guys on the show like Brad and Chris.
Absolutely. Check it out. You said make sure that even just see if it's right for you. You can see if that text that number. I think it's in my videos. I know that for sure. I don't know if it's in the description here, but we'll get you taken care of. But for me, I got my $19 MLB pickoff play on the board, cashed it yesterday with the Twins without a sweat. And today I got that play again on the board, play that I really like. Also got that part of my Fastball Friday 3-pack. But like Brad said, hop on a long-term pass. If you're on a long-term pass with me, you get a bonus MLB play on the board today. I'm going to have NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, maybe WNBA at some point. So definitely make sure that you check that out. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Get 15% off. Pair me up with Brad. Pair us up with any of the other cappers at the website. Make yourself some money. All right, gentlemen. It's that part.
Parlay, parlay, parlay.
Brad, hit it.
All righty. We're going to go Jaylen Brown over points. If they want any chance in that game, he's going to need to at least score 30-plus, in my opinion. So take that. And then let's go. Ooh, I didn't think of the second leg. Let's go Dodgers team total over. We hit on our parlay yesterday. Astros team total under. Braves team total over. I love those team totals. So let's go Dodgers team total over. Jaylen Brown over points as well. 2-legger.
Costi?
Go Knicks money line, Mets money line as your 2-team New York parlay.
Let's go with the Rays money line over in the Tigers and Blue Jays and over in Dodgers Angels. Again, for anyone asking on we're going to have the layup session very, very shortly on the website on on our YouTube channel. So, do you guys have any WNBA?
You know what? Give me the Valkyries. First game, catching 6. I think that place is gonna be rocking. No, I'm joking. But I like Valkyries +6. I don't know why. It may be a shit play. We got to see something from this team. But like that, give me the Mystics +6.5. I still don't think the Dream aren't shit. And the Mystics were a good cover team for me last season. And then give me the Lynx laying 5.5. I just covered all 3 games. But
yeah, the Lynx might have been the best ATS team in the WNBA last year.
Yeah, they were the Thunder. I think it may have been the Liberty actually, but they were up there.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty, bibbity.
Ribbity, ribbity.
Liberty, bibbity. Washington. Well, yeah, Minnesota if you include the playoffs, but I think Washington was the best regular season team. And Washington 21-13-1 as a dog last year. So
yeah. You going to any Mystics games, Costi? Are you a Six fan?
I can't stand watching WNBA. I mean,
you're a hater, man.
I know, man. It's too slow for me.
What if they had porta potty races?
It's actually not as exciting anymore. When I was intoxicated, it was very entertaining. I feel like now I would just be annoyed by it because I might get hit by one of those cans. You go from each side. People are throwing them from each side, so where you're throwing them from, they're coming back. You got to look it up on YouTube. Then you'll truly understand what I'm talking about. Good times.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Any final words?
Nope.
I got final words. Meow.